Of you for attending our centennial celebration. I'm Glenn Peters, the centennial president of the club, and will be introducing many of these speakers. Just a couple of quick reminders. Your name tag given to you on the door, if you put it on in front somewhere on the table where the waiters can see it, they'll make sure you get the right food in you there. And we're going to start this very similar to a Rotary meeting that we have, and we're going to start with a prayer and pledge allegiance to the flag, which is going to be led by who's going to do that? Speedy Calvert's going to do that. Then Mike Canoyer is going to give an opening toast, and if you don't take alcoholic beverages, just grab a water or something there, okay? And you can give Mike your alcohol if you don't want it. He'll take care of it. Okay? And then John Fair will come up, and we're going to do something interesting. He's going to have us sing 2 Rotary songs, and you'll find the words on the table right there. You can go with it. And we hope that all of you have a wonderful evening tonight, okay? Speedy, you want to get started?
Let's pray. Most gracious Heavenly Father, thank you so much for loving us. Thank you for blessing the Rotary Club here in Louisville for 100 years, Lord. Please help us to serve you above ourselves. Thank you so much for this food. Help it nourish our bodies. And these things we pray in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
There's a small glass of champagne on your table. I don't know where you're going to put that one.
I'll put it over here for you.
To 100 years of service above self, to neighbors helping neighbors, to hands that built, hearts that served and endured, may the next century be even brighter. To Rotary.
Rotary.
Glenn.
I think it's John's turn to come up and.
Are we gonna sing now?
Yeah, we're going to sing now.
One more drink, he said.
I've had to tell him what this agenda is 10 times this week, and he keeps changing and not even remember what he changed.
I've got an agenda, but I don't have the song.
Right here.
So here we are.
Right there. I know the second.
All right, I think y'all can hear me without that microphone, can't you?
Yes.
Everybody in the back can hear me okay? Now let me tell you something. We have a long tradition in the Louisville Rotary Club of singing before a meeting. It has never been good. So I'm expecting y'all to make it good tonight, all right? We have Gwen Elizabeth on the piano tonight is going to play through these songs once for us in one verse, and then I'm going to try to lead this group. And if you don't respond, it's going to be dead silent. So, Gwen Elizabeth, let's try the easy one first. Rotary. Everybody knows that one.
That's right.
All right, both verses now. Here we go. R-O-T-A-R-Y, that spells Rotary. R-O-T-A-R-Y is known on land and sea. From north to south, from east to west, they profit most who serve the best. R-O-T-A-R-Y, that spells Rotary. R-O-T-A-R-Y, that spells Rotary. R-O-T-A-R-Y, it's one great family, where friendship binds our upper lip, where each one tries their best to give. R-O-T-A-R-Y, that spells Rotary. That's the best that's ever happened in the Louisville Rotary Club, I promise you. I gotta say this, my son joined this Rotary Club and he said, the only way I'm joining, Daddy, is if y'all quit singing. All right, we're gonna do two of them now. Is that right? Or
That's what you said.
all right. Now listen, I've never sung this next one, but I know Anchors Away. So it's no reason for her to play Anchors Away unless you want to mouth it a little bit, you know, to check on it. So we're gonna try it from scratch, Gwen Elizabeth. All right. On three. 1, 2, 3, 4. Is Rotary, Rotary, fellowship ever in, and we will stay a while and play a while, as friend increase a friend, for it is Rotary. On our lives it's laid its claim, for there is something there that's very clear. I ran out of words. Something was wrong with that. You think we need to do it again? Y'all sit down. Sit down. I'm so disappointed.
Okay, dinner served, and we will resume this after the meal. Okay, the first one is John Fair.
Oh,
That's right.
Does that mean I'm the oldest?
That's right. He's a past president. Keep standing. Keep standing. Let's just keep standing until we're finished, and we'll clap for the people that come afterward. John was past president from 82 to 83, and also from 2011 to 2012, and he has his wife Bonnie with him. Next is Mike Knoyer. He was past president 85 and 86, and also 86 and 87, served 2 terms in a row. And his wife Terry is with him here. The next is Steve Anderson, past president 1988 and 1989, and we appreciate you being here tonight, Steve. Now next is Niles McNeil, past president 90 and 91. Melanie, his wife, is with him. Next is Bob Swanebeck, 91 and 92, and Carol's not here with him tonight, though. Okay. All right, the next is Jay Willis, post-president 05 and 06. And Charlie McCool is the next past president, 2006 and 2007, and Beth, his wife, is with him here. Will's not, okay. Joseph McCain, past president 2010, 2011, and Hannah, his wife, is with him. Then David Boyson, post-president 2014, 2015, and Teresa is with him. Next is Johnny Snow, past president from 2016 to 2017. Then Speedy Calvert, post president 2018-2019, and Jamie is with him tonight. The next is Brooke Eve, post president 2020-2021, and Ryan is with her. Next is Patricia Stokes, post president 2024 and 2025. And of course, I'm president right now. Glenn Peters and Nancy is with me. And our president-elect is Byron Foster, who will be president next year, and Jennifer is with him. So let's give those folks a hand right now, okay? All right. We're gonna introduce the past district governors, but they're not gonna get off quite as easy as these guys did, okay? We're gonna have them introduce individually. We won't ask their wives to stand, our partners to stand, and we will introduce them. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna ask each of them to give their home Rotary Club and the year that they were the district governor. We want them to tell us who the Rotary International President was that year, and also the theme for the year that they were district governor. So we're gonna start again with John Fair. He was, I can't believe you're just old, John.
Jack is older than I am.
When I say that, John and I.
About to say, I'm prettier than you.
When I say that, you got to understand, John and I are good friends, and I'm older than John.
Well, yeah, you are. I
So-
was the centennial president for Rotary's 100th birthday, and my what was else did you say? That was 04 and 05. 04 and 05. And Glenn Estes from Alabama, who had connections with the Starville Rotary Club, was my international president. And our theme was Celebrate Rotary. And I have, for just, if I may, if any of these old past district governors, I have some of my theme pins. And they're saved just for you. Celebrate Rotary, and they'll work tonight too, because this is Louisville's 100th birthday. All right, that's what I'm done with that. My wife's on.
The next past president is Mark Dion. He's past district governor 2006, 2007, and his guest is Mitzi Tompkins.
My name is Walter Warren. I joined Rotary in 85 or 87 and was governor from 06 to 07. And our Rotary International president, I just looked it up. Bill Boyd from New Zealand. He was a cool man, I remember him though. And our theme, my year, was Lead the Way. And Steve, who was one of my assistant governors, every time I communicated with anybody, I always plugged them at the end, Lead the Way. And so I thoroughly enjoyed it. I'm from the Madison Ridgeland Rotary Club, and I followed K. Steve, who is now deceased, a few years ahead of me. So, glad to be here.
Mark is kind of like John and me and some of these older people. I texted him and told him exactly what he was supposed to look for anyway. He shouldn't have had to look it up. Okay, next is Jack Forbes, post district governor, 2007, 2008, with his wife Linda.
I followed him. That was an adventure. In and of itself. I was district governor, I must tell you, I don't know who the president was, and I don't care. And I don't know the theme, and I don't care. But we had a fine year, and this is the year that I introduced the program of Between the Lines. You remember that, trying to teach 4-year-olds how to read? And we were very successful in that program, and it was one of the most satisfying things I've ever done is trying to teach 4-year-olds how to read. We had some splash over because we did this mostly in daycare, and we had a group down at right outside of Jackson that had a small group right beside them, and we tested them, and they had 65% of the students learn to read. We thought that was pretty good till we found out they were only 2 years old. That was pretty good. So the program worked, and what I'm telling you is we should have kept that as a Rotarian, as a program. We should have never let it die, but we didn't. My wife Linda has suffered through all of that, and I thank her for that. And I thank you all. I loved coming to Louisville, to the Rotary Club. Steve, it's so good to see you. It's so good. I have some very close friends in here, and I really do appreciate them, and thank you so much. We're going back to Starkville tonight, though.
Thank you, Jack. I thought I was gonna have to tell some jokes to keep things going around here. But I didn't know if you bring district governors around, you don't have to do anything to listen. Okay, Barbara Travis, post district governor, 2015-2016, and her husband Nikki.
Right, thank you so much. Yeah, that was a great year. And you mentioned K-Stu, who was one of my heroes, and was the very first female district governor for 68-20. And I was the second one, 12 years later. Took like that long. And probably one of the first, one of the early women in Rotary for this district. I've been in Rotary well over 30 years, and they just started letting women in officially in 1989.
Oh, sit back down.
I love that year. My international president, I really can't pronounce or remember his first name because he was Indian, but Rabani was his second one, and we called him Ravi, so that's all I ever called. I called him was Ravi, wonderful man. And he, our thing was be a gift to the world. And it was really a wonderful year, but it's a very special year to me, and I'm just still glad to be here. I did not say my club. My club is the Rankin County Rotary Club. And, you know, when you're a Rotarian, you can go to any Rotary Club you want and visit. And I visited a lot, and I have been, you know, blessed. Steve has been my friend in economic development. Good to see you. To join some other clubs, and I said, no, you know, the thing, I always had a thing that you need to stay at the dance with who brought you, you know. So I stayed in my Rankin County Rotary Club for 30-something years. That's it.
Thank you, Barbara. Okay, the next one, district governor, is Bill Walker, who was served from 2017 to 2018, and Lucy, his wife, is with him.
Some of these guys are really old. I think I was one of the 4-year-olds with
I don't think so.
No, but Steve Anderson, I think he was assistant governor for like 18 years and served under most of us here, and he did a great job. Steve, I really appreciate all you did for Rotary and for our district. I'm from the Columbus Rotary Club. I was district governor in 2017-18. The RI president was Ian Risley and his wife Juliet, and they were from Australia. Our theme was Rotary Making a Difference. So it was a great year.
Thank you, Bill. And next is Mark Fields, who served from 2019-2020 and his wife Kit is with him.
Kid did most of the work. Yeah, let's see. Mark Maloney was the international president right across the river in Decatur, Alabama. And Rotary Connects the World. This is our tie. I didn't bring my pen. These are our socks.
Just don't show your underwear.
Steve Anderson
Yeah.
was assistant governor, as he was every year. Thank you, Steve. Speedy Calvert was president of your club that year. It was a great club, and Speedy is of course, Fair has what, 3 legacies behind you as district governor.
Y'all taking my speech away from me.
Oh,
Sorry.
Speedy got one.
Be careful.
I gotta start all over.
That makes Speedy a candidate for district governor someday.
Exactly, yeah.
Anyway, it was a great year, and I enjoyed it.
We've got about 8 or 10 of them that are candidates.
And next is Mark DeBase. He's past district governor 2022, 2023, and also did a yeoman's job, I guess, or I don't know what happened there. Served in 2023, 24, and Rhonda, his wife, is with him.
All right, this is getting longer too, so I'm gonna shorten it up. All right, so 22, 23 was my first year. Jennifer Jones, the first woman international president. And I think we had a woman, Shasta was the president at the time, your boss?
Shasta.
Yeah, yeah, so she was president that year. Jennifer Jones was from Canada, and the theme was Imagine Rotary. I never imagined that I would do a second year the following year. And the second year was Mr. McAnally from Scotland. McAnally, sorry. One glass of wine too many. McAnally from Scotland, and that theme was Create Hope in the World. So I enjoyed both years, and Steve, of course, was one of my assistant governors, and so was Brooke Hughes, and so was she, and you will be. So, thank you.
And our next district governor is not a past district governor. It's Russell Butts, who's serving now, and his wife Stephanie is with him.
Yes, okay. Unique situation. We did have a Rotary International president-elect that as of June he quit. He did come up with the theme, Unite for Good, which was carried over by the president that picked up the banner, Francesco Arezzo from Italy. And it was interesting that we spent a lot of time with Cesar, Mario, I can't remember all the names that he had. And then he quit, and I never got to meet Francesco Arezzo, but he did carry on with the theme, Unite for Good. I'm from the Rotary Club of Natchez, and this is my wife, Stephanie.
We do have one other that we'd like to introduce. We're not going to hold her to the same things as we held these guys to, but Michelle Nicholson is the district governor nominee for us. And could you stand up and there she is.
Yes,
So here she is.
Most of y'all know me. I've been assistant governor here for quite a few years up until this year. I am from the Rotary Club of Kosciuszko, and I do know my RI president will be Larry Lunsford, and he is from Kentucky, which as long as he didn't get rezoned, he is still in our zone. Did I say that right?
Kansas City.
Kansas
City,
City. Oh,
yes,
so he's
Kansas.
not from Kentucky. He's from Kansas. I got his name right. We don't have a theme yet, but I will be district governor in 27, 28, and this is Destin Moore.
Gina McLean, there's one interesting thing about her. She and this next lady we're going to introduce her, kind of close to my heart right here, because they both are from Noxubee County. And of course, I'm from Noxubee. We've got another guest here. We'll introduce him in a little while. He's from Noxubee County. So, Macon's got a lot of people in here, but part of that is because there are the club that got us started. So, Gina McLean, would you stand up for us right now? Okay. And you're you are, what's your assistant DG right now, aren't you? Okay.
Yes.
So you'll probably be seeing her again, but stand up for the next one is Jessica Hunt Bruce, and she is the president of the Macon Rotary Club presently.
I'm such a star.
Okay. So thank you very much for being here.
I am honored, thank you.
Sure, we'd appreciate y'all. Now, a couple of people I just want to mention here. We've got two people helping taking pictures and things here. One is Clint Scrivener, who is our club photographer. And of course, most of you know Greg Campbell, who's the District 6820 photographer. Y'all stand up, guys, and where are y'all? Y'all are already standing up. You're working. They're doing the whole thing here. And also, I want to give a big hand. You know, it is a real art to, and I really appreciate this because I have hard of hearing. But I go to a restaurant and they have music behind you, and you can't hear a damn thing because the music's playing. But Gwen Elizabeth Franklin is our pianist, and Gwen, we just want to tell you, she's got the art of playing good music behind you, and you still be able to talk with that's going on. And we all have situations where that happened, and it wasn't very nice when it went on like that. Now, we've also got a special guest today, and this is something that we just had to kind of deal with here, but basically we got in touch with Michael J. Fox and Marty McFly, and I don't know how this is going to work out, but they were working on this, and we're going to go in that a little bit right now. I don't know where we're going there or they're coming here, but Marty assured me he could handle this. But I want to introduce a gentleman. I want to introduce you to the 1926 mayor of Macon, Mississippi, Charles Strong. Come on up here, Charles. Charles happens to be a member of the newly founded Macon Rotary Club, and he has a comment that he wants to make with you.
Who said brief?
Before he comes, and I appreciate that. And I have to say, I've served as assistant governor for 18 years, and I served under every one of these district governors, and they are superb. They love drugs. Everyone except John Peck.
I only served one term. I give them a chance.
But I just let them know again what a privilege and honor it was to serve under y'all.
Thank you, Steve. We appreciate your comments. Thank you so much. But Charles, go ahead and talk to these folks.
I don't know, being 100 a quarter, but I'm half a quarter. Oh, he's not an auction? You're probably all wondering why you're here tonight. Let me tell you, Macon has recently, this is 1926 now, so don't get excited. Macon has recently started a new business club called Rotary. Our president is Iva Dora. He asked me to come and present to you tonight because I happen to be good friends with this guy here, although his family was from West Sugarlock, bootleggers when he was growing up. He'd overcome a lot. He really has. Anyway, but we've been good friends for a long time, so I'm glad to be here. The Rotary Club was started in Chicago, Illinois, by Mr. Paul Harris and 3 other businessmen. They initially met in Paul's office and with a plan to rotate the meetings between the 3 businessmen. Now, rotate the meetings is a genesis for Rotary. Just keep that in mind as we move along. I guess you're prepared to do that, right?
I don't know anything.
I'm only kidding. The purpose of the meeting is to help professionals and to have fellowship and ethical leadership and, number one, service to others. So we would like to extend an opportunity for you to join Rotary by starting the Louisville Rotary Club, and this is in 1926.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Charles. We certainly would consider this, and we'll be able to meet with Avador and other Macon Rotary officers in the future to work out these details. Now, Charles, you have a reputation as a leader in Knoxville County, and I understand that this is your third term as mayor there.
That's correct.
Okay.
That's my third term. I'm honored to be there, and people of Macon and Knoxville County saw fit to elect me again. I'm proud to be there.
Okay. I heard that there was another candidate this last time you ran for election, but something happened before then.
Well, he had a hunting. He was hunting by himself out of western Macon in the Flatwoods, and he accidentally shot himself, and he died.
Well, I read in the Macon Deacon though something about several gunshot wounds.
Well, yeah, there was 4 to be exact. I mean, well, he was a bad shot.
Oh my gosh, I think I went with some guys like that, but that's kind of weird there, man. Don't you think that's kind of suspicious?
Well, as I said, he was a bad shot, and well, a lot of folks say he couldn't hit the broadside of a barn. I say he couldn't hit it with both hands. You know? Pardon me, ladies, that's
Okay.
but that's the truth.
All right, well, we'll see what's happening with that right there.
Where's that sheriff? He's supposed to be here to do something. I don't know where he is. There you go.
All right, everybody get your hands on the table. Keep your guns in your pockets. All right? One more sack of food, show them the food.
Joe.
Prohibition, you can't have alcohol.
Dude, what do you think you're doing? We're supposed to have a deal here.
Charles, this your party?
Well, yeah, it's my party. What? Do what now?
I know it's your party.
Well, it is. I mean, it's kind of sort of mine. You didn't get the money to him?
The mayor was supposed to do that, but you know, Will, what happened? Will's mayor in 2026, not 2016. I'm sorry, he's not here.
Well, sorry about that, Newton. But I can go ahead and pay you right now.
Well, you're 2 months behind now.
Well,
Because the boys ain't happy.
here's one, and that catch me up, don't it?
I told you the boys ain't happy.
Well, you gotta get the boys out of here. Where the boys? Oh Lord, yeah, I'm back there. Now, here, I'm supposed to pay in advance.
Absolutely, you know the deal,
Well,
Charles.
don't be embarrassed to be in front of all these people over here. These important folks here. Anyway.
Y'all have a good night.
Since this is Back to the Future, it seems that Charles Strong was reincarnated as my good friend Jimmy New Clark from Macon, Mississippi. Jimmy Nick and I met in the 6th grade when I moved from Tupelo, Mississippi to Macon at that time, and it was a fun time. And now Rotary apparently really improved Charles Strong's ethical conduct, because in spite of his bribery in 1926, Nick really is extremely active in local and statewide projects. And East Mississippi, he did a lot of work getting money for them and doing things like that. And I know that personally because I've written him a whole bunch of checks. But anyway, he's done a good time like that.
Oh, and none of them bound.
Now, I'd like to introduce our first speaker to you. And Russell, you got to excuse me a little bit. So he got that to me. I saw it about 12 o'clock, about 1 o'clock last night, and this is my first reading of it, okay? Russell Butts is a member of the Rotary Club of Natchez and is a third-generation Rotarian. Russell joined the club in May of 1988 and has served in all positions, including club president in 2007-2008. Russell is the current district governor for District 6820, having previously served as Grants Chairman for several years. Russell is a Paul Harris Fellow, a benefactor, a member of Paul Harris Society, a Polio Plus Society member, and a major donor. He is a graduate of Rotary Leadership Institute, a fun Rotary fact in 2027. The Butts family will celebrate being continuous members of the Rotary Club of Natchez for 100 years. I almost made you a lot older.
You did. Your font's not near big enough, man.
I know. I need it bigger. Russell has been married to Stephanie for 44 years, and they are the proud parents of 3 children. Their sons, Russ and Hayden, are both members of the Rotary Club of Natchez, and their daughter Molly lives outside of Dallas. Russell and Stephanie are thrilled grandparents of 2 grandsons and a granddaughter. Expected in March, hobbies include traveling, golf, and of course spending time with family. So, all yours, Russell.
Thank you very much.
What we're going to have to do is, he is going to indoctrinate one of our members into the club.
I think we're going to inoculate.
We bumped up our game, haven't we?
Or is it inoculate? I can't remember. Right, doctor?
Okay, let me repeat this real quick. I think it's a pretty cool fact. 200 years is amazing, but in 2027, our family will be continuous members of the Rotary Club of Natchez for 100 years. And so I think that's pretty cool. And when these past district governors that get up and talk about their message, their theme, I'm sorry, because starting my year, it was no longer a theme, it was a message. Tell me the difference and I'll go with that. But you could if you could tag one onto another, to another, to another, I mean, it's really an impressive litany of focuses that the Rotary Club and Rotary International has. And each and every one of them has deep meaning and great impact. And so it's a privilege and a pleasure to be here tonight with all these esteemed people to be celebrating Rotary Club of Louisville's 100th Rotary anniversary. So give yourself a round of applause, please, because that is big. I was asked to do one of the more enjoyable aspects of a district governor, and that is to inoculate, or maybe even induct a new member to the Rotary Club. So, fellow Rotarians and honored guests, on behalf of the Rotary Club of Louisville and the District 6820, it is my privilege to induct a new member, Alan Hurst. So, Alan, please come forward with your sponsor, John Fair.
I've sponsored him twice.
Twice.
Getting indoctrinated.
I'm getting indoctrinated tonight.
You're getting
Be
indoctrinated.
careful, you
tonight.
don't know what you're getting tonight. So Alan, look, thank you for coming up.
Thank you.
Rotary Club of Louisville has extended to you its hand of friendship and membership in our worldwide organization dedicated to providing service to others, promoting integrity and advancing world understanding, goodwill, and peace through its fellowship of business, professional, and community leaders. You are invited to join, but it will be your actions that you truly become a Rotarian. Learn all you can about Rotary. Strengthen your own leadership and communication skills by participating in the activities of this club and our district. Engage with your fellow Rotarians in their plans and projects to provide service to others in your community and in the world. Then I encourage you to follow your own passion, find new opportunities to serve, and bring those ideas back to this club so it can increase its wealth of service done. And of equal importance, as you meet others with your same qualities of character and commitment, invite them to join the family of Rotary. If you understand and agree to these ideals as I have outlined them, please say, I will.
I will.
When we join Rotary, we become part of something bigger than ourselves. Through membership, you will enjoy our network of leaders and professionals, and as your fellow Rotarians, we commit ourselves to making you feel welcome and included. Beyond enriching our own lives and those of our families, the relationships we build foster understanding across communities and cultures around the globe. I am so proud to be a Rotarian, so it is my great pleasure to present you with this Rotarian pin, John.
We're modifying it a little bit tonight. He's already got a Rotary pin, so I'm giving him one of my theme pins tonight.
Oh, PDG, okay.
Yeah, that's right.
So it's a pleasure with this Rotary pin by which we and people throughout the world will recognize you as a Rotarian. I ask your sponsor to affix, which you have, and the pin to your lapel, and we ask that you wear it proudly every day. Thank you. With that, I declare you duly inducted into the Rotary Club of Louisville and the worldwide Rotary family of over 1.4 million members. So Rotarians and friends, please rise and join me in welcoming Rotarian Alan Hurst, Rotary's newest member. I'm sure there's an invoice in here, right?
Yeah, there's an invoice. That's exactly right.
Do I pay in cash?
You can pay by check.
Yeah. Check over the table, cash under the table. Oh, I do want to tell Sheriff, that was a wad of money. I think that would do a great service if you would give it to the Rotary Foundation. Maybe half of it? Thank you so much. What a privilege to be here. Thank you.
If you think that was interesting when he got the money there, you should have seen my wife's face when she opened the packet. She saw that in there. We'll go with that now. Okay. We're going to, at this point in time, we're going to have a presentation now. We did have a little problem here. There was some kind of mess up with things we wanted to do. So we had to I found somebody outside a while ago. So we're gonna let Blackjack come up here and tell us what he needs to tell us right now, okay?
Oh, look at the time.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. It's Blackjack Fair, by the way. This thing's gone a lot longer than we anticipated.
I'm timing you, John.
Yeah. Bonnie is too. Well, here it is, folks. Our 100th centennial history. And before I forget it, all of each, if one per person per family, they'll be available outside to take back to your club, and we hope you would enjoy it. It's a lot more in here than I've got to say tonight. That figures. This is a living document. By the way, before you leave tonight, if you have some time milling around, if you haven't already, look at some of our memorabilia, and I hope you would enjoy it. And I hope that some of you would contribute particular information to us in the future. But please feel free to take one with you. Now, I've been introduced as Blackjack Fair. Now, let me tell you who that is. I run a little game up there in Chicago, and I ran into this dude called Paul Harris, and he was starting some new club called Rotary up there, and he had 3 friends. And I happened to be running that game up there that he would been attending occasionally, and he knew what kind of money he had lost to me, and he decided he wanted me to be the number 5th member of that club. And sure enough, I am. I am the direct descendant of all of those fairs. Frank Fair was my son, and he was the first member of the Louisville Rotary Club. So we go back a long ways. So I'm going to start telling you the story. Good evening, friends. I've been waiting, rewriting, and practicing this speech for 2 years. Last night, I practiced it with my wife, and it lasted 15 minutes. Where's that watch? Bonnie said, too long, too long. She said, you got to cut out something, honey. I said, so I did. I was told by some, don't tell any stories, John. I answered, if I don't tell any stories, I ain't going to have nothing to talk about here tonight. So against their advice, I am going to open with a story that I recall this morning about 5 a.m. This part doesn't count in my allotted time. So start it over. I will say in a minute that our history might be based by who wrote it. So I want to clarify that before I say it. You will read a lot about disaster relief in this document right here. And for good reason too, because disaster relief has been a big part of our club and our district. And Louisville has played a part. Katrina was an important place, has an important place in our 100-year history. The citizens of Winston County were flooded with refugees after Katrina. Mike Forster, who I thought would be here tonight, I wanted to point out to him, led the Winston Strong relief effort and did a wonderful job. He even in the video after he had talked about the way that the population of Winston County had risen to the occasion after Katrina with all of the flood of refugees in, looking for a place to stay, a warm place to stay, food to eat, that Rotary had played a big part in that. Sorry he couldn't be here tonight. I will say in a minute that our history might be biased by who wrote it. So I want to clarify that before I say it. You will read a lot about disaster relief in this history. Katrina has an important place in our 100-year history, and I wrote it. So I'm going to get that clear right now. If you think it's biased, then you can just put this away somewhere. But that is not the story I want to tell. I haven't mentioned many individual Rotarians in our history so far, and this speech may not get entered, this speech itself might not get it into that history at all. But I would be remiss if I didn't say something about our friend and fellow PDG, Stu Vance from Starkville. Stu recently passed away. His funeral service could have been a made-up Rotary meeting if, what's his name, Little John was still secretary of Starkville. I think most everybody knew him. By the way, aside to that is I went to give them an award one day, wasn't on the agenda. He wouldn't let me get up to give him an award. Legendary. Stu Vance married two wonderful women. I never knew his first wife, but Bonnie and I knew Mike, his second wife, very well. Stu had no children of his own, but he had two girls and two boys that he inherited from Mike and his first wife in previous marriages, that they had in previous marriages. Stu Vance adopted all of them. Then he educated them. He loved them, and they loved him. Stu played a big part in Katrina relief. He received Rotary's highest award, the RI Service Above Self Award. Stu, that was for his leadership in the aftermath of Katrina. We have not dedicated our Rotary history book here to anyone yet, but I think perhaps Stu would be a perfect person for that if we choose to do that honor in such a way. Finally, Stu was an author. He wrote 2 books. His family gave copies away at his funeral for his second book. The kids offered me 2 copies when I left the funeral home that day, and I declined taking only one, but they insisted. They said they had 25,000 copies at home. Stu was an optimist. So now you know, you will hear the rest of the story. It is so wonderful to have all of you here tonight, visiting dignitaries, including our past presidents, who have retired from Rotary active service but remain important to all of us in our little Rotary Club. Your presence here is really an honor to us that extends beyond the usual district courtesy. We are truly honored to have you with us this evening and hope that you will experience our usual club fun and fellowship, which I think we've already experienced some tonight. It is not often a DG has-been like myself has a chance to give another DG-like speech addressed to such a captured audience as I have here tonight. You're going to get one.
Third best job.
All right, how much time do I have? I decided to use one of my good friends, past President Bob Swanevik back there, who's been introduced already. I want to use one of his tactics when he was my long-term pastor at First Presbyterian Church in Louisville. And by the way, the opening poem on page 1 of this history is a real tribute, I think, to the Louisville Rotary Club and to Rotary in general. I hope that you will read it in its entirety. While preparing this speech, I remembered a few of old Bob's pastoral tactics. I told him I wasn't going to tell all of this, so he can't leave now. The first one to note is that everyone knows that a clock in the back of the church means absolutely nothing to a preacher, right? That's an old one. I never understood why we had one at First Pres either, Bob. I guess that was maybe your legacy that you left there. I have decided my sermon tonight will have 3 parts, just like any good Presbyterian preacher would want and use. My 3 points are going to be reflections on the best of the best. 3 memories I have of the Rotary Club of Louisville's years of service. Some of them may even include me. So let's get that out of the way right now. I wrote the thing so I can tell my stories. So I hope I don't have too many objections to that tonight. Let me start by saying that I was once in a room full of Rotarians who were asked the same question, why did you join Rotary? Most of them answered that I joined Rotary because a person I respected asked me to join. My answer to that was that I joined because it's a family tradition. I actually used that in my official DG address to all of my clubs, and it is true. Actually, Black Bart, Fair was the 5th Rotarian. But outside of that, I have counted all of them that were members of the Louisville Club. Some have told who they were themselves of their own descent. Frank Fair Sr., Frank Fair Jr., John Fair Sr., John Fair Jr., Charles Fair, Henry Fair, and now I'm happy to say that my son Johnny Fair is a member of the 4th generation member of our Rotary Club. That is point 1. Rotarians need to beget Rotarians wherever they live. Therefore, the history of Rotary, Louisville Rotary, is full of stories about legacy families. And I've figured out a few more of them. But such families as the Andersons family, the Calvert family, the McNeil family. Niles is a 2nd generation Rotarian. And the McCool family is also 2nd generation family here. David McCool, Charlie's father, invited me to join Rotary a long time ago. Seems like a lot longer right now. Well, the next 2 points, I thought I would try to pick 2 of the best experiences Bonnie and I have had over the years in Rotary. Most of them will be club related. The first would be the Rotary Group Study Exchange. And I will include in that Youth Exchange and RILA in this point. About RILA, one thing most of you old Rotarians might not realize is that RILA was started by the Kosciuszko Rotary Club. And it was started by a man named Bill Boswell, who was running a greenhouse over in Kosciuszko at the time, and he called me and asked me to participate with him and be a counselor. And I did that, and the first RILA camp was in French Camp Academy. And I think that it stayed there for about 2 or 3 years, and it was just Bill, me, and all of those kids. French Camp was a home of RILA, like I said, for 2 or 3 years, and then Bill moved away from Kosciuszko, and the camp was taken over by Keith and Ruth Remy, the way I remember it, but at least from Starkville Rotary Club got involved in it, and it then was housed at either MUW or MSU. MSU had a lot of exchange students and different foreigners going to school there, and I remember there was a connection there. Could have been both of them. RILA is such a wonderful program, and Louisville itself has sent students to RILA every year that it has been in existence. And we have actually hosted RILA here at the lake at least 1 year, and I think it was maybe 2. Every GSE team that visited Dixie 6820 came to Louisville to be hosted. 1 week with every visiting team has given us so many memories. They can't be retold here tonight. Meeting and spending time in our home with such wonderful and interesting people from other lands was good for all of us, particularly my family. I have included some stories about those we hosted in our history, as well as my participation in the all-Rotarian GSE team that went to St. Petersburg, Russia for 4 weeks along with my friend Kay Steve, by the way, was a member of that GSE team. Bonnie and I revisited there a year later to celebrate the formation of the White Knights Rotary Club in St. Petersburg and to officially present them their charter. We also enjoyed hosting several Rotary exchange students throughout the years. One special story is about Brazilian Ali Bertay, who stayed with us for 9 months of her 1-year stay in Louisville. Past President Farrell Rigby, who was also supposed to be here tonight, but had a complication, remembers Ali as his helper in Spanish class, even though her primary language was Portuguese. I think she spoke Spanish a lot better than Farrell did, to tell you the truth. One remembrance about that is that one morning Ali came down the stairs at our house with a big smile on her face. And I asked her, I said, Ali, what do you find so funny? And she looked at me and said in English, last night I dreamed in English for the first time. We had no problems with communication after that. True story, isn't it, Bonnie? You don't cry. Allie was greeted at her arrival at the airport by our entire family with signs that said, "Welcome to America, Allie." We quickly learned that she didn't speak any English, and that was a real surprise to us. But thank goodness our kids learned sign language pretty quickly. Allie later sent her son to the U.S. on a Rotary exchange. Sadly, our program in the district had waned due to the death of Ruth and Keith Remy from Starkville. Boy, they were really something. We were not able to participate in Allie's son exchange directly, but he came to visit us at the end of his year. We loaded up the van and off to Disney World we went. We still keep in touch with Allie, and she is truly a member of our family. Well, it's not difficult to pick number 3. I have to say that the best has truly been what Rotary is all about, just like tonight. Making friends. Bonnie and I have met and made so many friends across our district, going to numerous district conferences, 2 international conventions, 5 zone institutes, and several PETS meetings, and we continue to go and enjoy them. Well, here's point number 4. I don't forget our district. I can't forget our district, as well as our club's response to Hurricane Katrina and Rita in 2005. You will find details, a good number of details, in our centennial history if you care to read it. We have many more documents and pictures that we could have included, but there just was not enough time to do that, so maybe later. One important note is that 2 of our 6820 Rotarians, primarily due to the Katrina Response Project in our district, received Rotary's highest honor, being recognized with the Rotary International Service Above Self Award. Only 3 Rotarians in our district have ever received this award to date that I'm aware of. My talk can't end without a story about P.D.G. Pruitt Calvert. I have many to tell, but only one tonight, so you can relax. I'm almost finished. I served as Pruitt's district secretary. I'd forgotten about that. And Pruitt had 2 problems. One was he was very long-winded when introducing a program or making a speech. And we all remember that from Louisville Rotary, don't we? And he was technologically challenged. In those days, RI used a fax machine to communicate with their district governors. Pruitt didn't own a fax machine, and he didn't own any kind of electronic advice. I was his fax machine. One day long after Pruitt became a PDG has-been, he was in charge of his usual yearly assignment as program chairman. Somehow Pruitt came up with the idea of inviting a lady to speak on cell phone etiquette. True to Pruitt's nature, his introduction was lengthy, but we all expected that. So before the meeting, I asked my son Johnny to dial me up on my cell phone in the middle of Pruitt's introduction. When my phone rang loudly, I answered loudly, "Hello? No, I can't talk right now. I'm in the Rotary meeting." Pruitt was stopped cold in his tracks. He told me later, after completing his lengthy introduction, which didn't really interrupt him that much, that if he had had a roll on his plate, he would have thrown it at me that day. That was about as violent as Pruitt ever got. Well, I will end with this excerpt from my Uncle Charles's speech, given during his year as our district governor. I found that it was written verbatim in the Winston County Journal, Joseph, and while researching I found it. And it was many years ago. And it goes something like this. Wouldn't this old world be better if folks we met would say, "I know something good about you," and then treat you just that way? Wouldn't it be fine and dandy if each hand clasp, warm and true, carried with it this assurance: "I know something good about you"? Wouldn't life be lots more happy if the good that's in us all were the only thing about us that folks bothered to recall? As we shake hands in parting tonight, we should think, "Hey, I know something good about you." Thank you very much. Oh, I think I'm supposed to introduce. You gonna do it?
I'll just real quick, I'm gonna get that.
I have something to say about her, though.
Well, okay, John's got to talk. Next, very shortly, we're going to have a special recognition by Patricia Stokes, and since John has something to say, go ahead. While she's walking up, say it, John.
I'll say it very quickly. 2 years ago, I was on the nominating committee for Louisville Rotary, and we were searching for a new president. And Tricia's name came up, and I said, "I'll go talk to her in her office." And I did. I went in, she invited me in to sit down, and I said, "Tricia, I want you to think about something. You've been a really good Rotarian for several years. And we think that you ought to lead us in our centennial year as our centennial president." And I think I convinced her, right?
You did?
Yeah. Well, a few months later, I found out I'd made a mistake, and she wasn't our centennial president. But she has done a great job, and last year she led us to first place in the district in the middle class clubs, middle-sized clubs. And she has done a great job, and she is one of those candidates for district governor. One of the
Thank you, John. So I didn't get the fancy dresses and the hats and stuff like that because John always says he's going to kick the women out. Is that not what you said the last time? So I decided to bring my Texas Ranger bag, and if you misbehave, you're getting shipped to Texas.
I already have.
All right, so the Louisville Rotary Club has had several members who have had perfect attendance over the years. Ken Lawrence, Spivey Jean Richardson, Horton Giffen, Joe McCulley, and Steve Anderson, to name just a few of those. Steve Anderson also served 18 years as assistant governor, as I've heard this from several tonight, and 2 years as deputy governor. Steve is a third-generation Rotarian who was all members of the Rotary Club of Louisville. But due to Steve's moving around the district while working in several cities as their economic director, he had been a member of 5 different Rotary clubs in the 6820 district. He served as president of the 2 of those clubs. He has served on several district committees. Over the years, the Louisville Club has won the District Attendance Award for 10 consecutive years, which is the longest and most of any club in this district. Sadly, the district has discontinued this award, so maybe we need to try to get this back. During Pruitt Calvert's term of president, he made sure or tried to encourage everyone to make up missed meetings to keep perfect attendance for the week of the club. One story goes as Rotarian Harry McNeil was on a 2 or 3 week vacation out west, and Pruitt ran him down and asked him if he would make up his missed meeting. He told Harry that he was the only one that had not made up this meeting, and he needed to take care of business. So Harry drove 3 or 4 hours out of his way to make up at one of the remote clubs, to find out when he got home, guess what? There was 2 or 3 of those Rotarians that hadn't made theirs up. So I'm sure that wasn't a good. We had club members that made up Rotary meetings on cruise ships and even in Europe. And so now Steve, due to his health, has taken excused honorary status given to him by the Rotary Club of Louisville. Steve has never missed a Rotarian meeting without making it up in 41 years. Even though Steve can't come regularly to our meetings, he still stays in touch with the club. Every week he posts on Facebook the program of the week. Club member Treva Porter takes a picture of the presenters, and at the end of the meeting she sends him the information so he can get this posted for us. He has an archive of all our meetings spanning from years that he can't even remember, I bet. Steve gave the following account of his Rotarian service. The Louisville Rotary Club has been a club of leaders and business leaders serving their community. He says, I remember growing up watching Rotarians, and later I wanted to be a Rotarian when I could, before I came one. Of course, my dad was a Rotarian, and my grandfather was a Rotarian, and I could just see that I wanted to be a part of a club that did so much on the civic level and to help the community. When asked who invited him to be a member of the Louisville Club, guess who it was? Pruitt Calvert. Pruitt asked a lot of us. I think I asked him before he even asked me, and I wanted to be that member of the Rotary. And he invited me to come to the next meeting, and guess what? He joined that day. I had just opened my jewelry business, and at the time, I had a lot of good memories for those years. I think it was around 1984, and making up missed Rotary meetings was a big part of those memories. My experience in Rotary has been fantastic. It has meant a lot to me over the last 41 years. I met a lot of friends, not only in Louisville, but serving as assistant governor. I have met friends all over the district, and I love working with the district governors that I have worked under. That would have been 18 of them. Steve has served our district well, and over a long period of time, he is now recognized for the longest serving assistant governor in District 6820. Several years ago, Steve was awarded the District Rotarian of the Year. Before I finish these last two paragraphs, I'd like to say something. I get a little emotional, so just bear with me. When I was asked by the mayor of Knox-Peta to join the Rotary, I had no idea when I come into this club what it would be like. I'd been in other clubs, but I thought, you know, I'm just not gonna fit in. That's, you know, real business people in there. That's people that I'm not gonna fit in. But I walked into this meeting, Steve Anderson, John Fair, Mike Knoyer, and I'm sure I'm missing everybody out here. They opened their arms up to welcome me in this club, and I will never forget that. Because, you know, sometimes you think you're just not there with these people. They made the point to welcome you and accept you in this club. So tonight, on a special occasion, the Rotary Club of Louisville awards Steve Anderson with our very first Lifetime Achievement Award. Congratulations, Steve, and I'm gonna let Elena Lovern Troyer present this to you. She is the 4th generation of his family to be a member of the Louisville Club. Okay, I'll let somebody else.
We've got one more presentation here, and this is it's off script from our agenda, but our mayor is here right now, so Will Hill come up and he has a Rotary presentation to give us.
All right, good evening, everyone. Let's see, I got 5 points. No, let's take care of business. But first, I want to share, before I do, share a very heartfelt resolution on behalf of the city of Louisville or any community that has Rotary Club in their community. What a blessing of bringing business leaders of a community together to do good every week. It's not just eating meat, but it is eating meat a lot of times. You know, we all can say that. And as a fellow Rotarian, to all of you Rotarians, my father-in-law got me involved, and I thought I was not old enough yet. And I probably wasn't yet. I had a lot of black hair then. But I came and visited Rotary Club, and all I knew was the headmaster of my past school. That was the day he was gone for a few minutes, and you could do whatever you wanted to do. Farrell Rigby. So, yes, it's a blessing of what Rotary does, and for that, let's celebrate Rotary, and let's celebrate Rotary Club in Louisville, Mississippi. Resolution to recognize and honor the Louisville Rotary Club. And forgive me because I am older and I have gray hair, so I've got to put this up. For 100 years of service above self, whereas the Louisville Rotary Club was chartered in 1926 as a member of Rotary International, becoming a vital part of Louisville, Mississippi in Winston County. And whereas for 100 years, the members of the Louisville Rotary Club have unselfishly embodied the Rotary motto, service above self, by dedicating their time, talents, and resources to local, regional, and international service projects. And whereas the club has played a crucial role in international efforts, notably supporting the Rotary Foundation and in its mission to eradicate polio worldwide. And whereas the Louisville Rotary Club has consistently brought together business and professional leaders to foster high ethical standards and promote goodwill. And whereas reaching a centennial milestone is a testament to the club's enduring commitment to community development and humanitarian service. Now, therefore, be it resolved by the Mayor and Board of Aldermen of the City of Louisville that on this very night that we adopt this resolution celebrating the Rotary Club's 100th anniversary. And we present this tonight to the Louisville Rotary Club.
Before Glenn gets back up there, I want to make one comment. I went into his office the other day, and behind his desk were a number of awards. Two of them, one was the year he was president, Louisville was #1 in the district. The second one was his Paul Harris Fellow certificate, and he is a true Rotary.
Okay, thank you, Will. We really appreciate that. Now we're going to close up now, and basically, we want to thank the Decorations Committee for this beautiful setup that we had here. Shasta Dodd and Michelle Wilson have worked really hard at it. Other people helped them, but they did good too. Thank y'all for that. We know that the history books are available outside, so get one. They're on the table that we signed in. Get one when you leave. And look at the centerpiece under the table right there, and just decide among yourself who takes it home. Take it so we don't have to clean it up, okay?
Don't take the vase. We didn't pay for those. I don't know how you're gonna take.
He did it again. He's changing up what he's changing up what he's talking about.
Oh, maybe I'm wrong.
Okay.
I've been wrong before.
All right. Now, another thing here is that the photographers are going to stay here to make some pictures. We'd like a group picture when we leave, so probably stay around for the group picture anyway. And the bar is still open after we close, okay? So don't worry about that. Now, that goes good.
The law is outside.
Yeah.
And inside.
We'll let them haul you home if they need to. Now, to close, we would like to have another toast. So let's stand and have a toast here with this. Okay. To Rotary International, to our club, to our community, and to service above self. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow. Cheers to 100 years. Cheers. Cheers.